More motivation, one day at a time. One of the problems with a lot of us is that we feel like everybody's supposed to be in our life forever. Now, we understand that life has a cycle, but for some reason, a lot of us hold our friendship and we value friendship a lot more than other people do. I just want to say thank you to everybody that didn't respond to my text message, didn't return my phone call. I want to say thank you those that didn't return my email. But a few months later, a few weeks later, maybe a few years later, all of a sudden they want to pop up like everything is good. They want to continue the conversation like nothing never happened, and you was just reaching out to them just to say, hey, it doesn't matter what it was, whether it was partnership, whether it was trying to connect, whether it was actually trying to start or rekindle a flame. I just want to say thank you for not responding. It's part of the process. But what I've learned in the midst of everything I've dealt with, you can't take it personal. Yeah, your feelings gonna get hurt. That's just life. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get mad because they don't respond. They ignore you and they keep you on the red receipt, and you'll send another text message acting like nothing never happened or whatever. But for some reason, they wonder exactly what was it about you? Why is it that for some reason that you at the same exact time, you're frustrated, you're mad because they don't respond? But you gotta appreciate it. You gotta look at life differently. You gotta realize that everybody is not meant to be in your life, regardless of how much you try to force it. It's not gonna happen. Just thank God that they wasn't a part of where you're at right now, because it wouldn't have been good. And you gotta stop trying to force people. You gotta stop trying to force things. Stop trying to make people love you. Stop trying to make people stay in your life and be in your life. You know, I really believe that God has a path for each one of us, but even within that path, there were just certain people that's called to be in our life at a certain season within our life. Everybody's not meant to be in our life every day, every year, every moment. There are just some things and people that you have to go through and places that you have to go, and you got to endure by yourself. Yeah, you might be attracted to them. You want a relationship with them, but you're not called to be with them. Stop trying to force love. Stop trying to force people to be a part of the journey, because they're not called to be a part of your journey. The art of letting go is never easy. It's never easy to allow people just to walk out of your life. You've invested time, you've invested years, you've invested memories and moments. You've built something with them that you can never get back, and that's your time. But with that being said, where you're going is much more vital and important than those who have left. If we continue to linger on people that have walked out of our life, we'll never be able to accomplish the things that God has called us to accomplish. We'll never be happy, we'll never see growth, we'll never be able to move forward. And I know that it's important for us to, appreciate the moments that have taken place in our life, but don't get caught up. Don't allow your feelings to become so invested in people that have walked away after you have invested all your time and energy into trying to make things work with them. I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about life in general. I'm talking about family members. I'm talking about business partners. I'm talking about people that was there for you, but all they did was use you. And I understand that. It's going to happen. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to happen. It's never going to be a moment within your life to where you're going to be able to, appreciate, a lot of things that are taking place, because you're frustrated, you're mad, you're confused. But you have to continue to move forward. It's a part of growth. And stop allowing what is taking place to dictate where you're going, because your feelings will allow you or put you at a place that keeps you stagnant. It puts you at a place to where you don't appreciate the moments. You don't appreciate where you're going. And you got to realize that what God has for you is for you. If they're meant to be in your life, if you're supposed to marry them, if they're going to fall in love with you, then it's going to happen. But you can't fight by yourself. You can't force people to be in your life that don't want to be in your life anymore, because you're not doing anything but causing yourself headache, and you're causing yourself stress, unwanted stress that's not needed in your life. Let them go. Let them see exactly what they're missing out on. Allow them to realize that it wasn't all about you. It was about their own fears, and it's about their own issues that they have to deal with within themselves. A lot of people don't want to own up to their own fears and their own thing, the things that they have to deal with. They don't want to deal with that. They feel like they have it all together. They have all the answers. And regardless of what you say or what you do, it's not about you. It's all about them. And that's where the relationship comes to an end. That's the reason why God had to disconnect them from your life. This is the reason why you had to move forward with your life. And as much as you try to understand it, you're not going to understand it. Continue to take one day at a time. Last but not least, always remember, there's a moment in your life. God is bigger than this moment. And that's the reason why we got to continue to press. Have a blessed and wonderful day.